Here's our past with pride. A four-story retail complex, Bay Center, fills a full city block in Old Town, with over 90 stores, restaurants, and specialty shops.
It's also a direct descendant of the Hudson's Bay Company, which built a fur trading post named Fort Victoria here in the 1800s. When explorers struck gold in the Fraser River Valley, tens of thousands of would-be millionaires streamed through Victoria to load up on supplies before racing off to the gold fields. Fort Victoria mushroomed into a flourishing commercial destination, and the rest is history. Today, the Bay Center on Government Street faces the original site of Fort Victoria.
You can't judge a book by its cover, or a building by its facade. Old Town looks quaint and charming, but a new city is emerging around us.
Thanks in part to British Columbia's Heritage Conservation Act, we don't just tear down old buildings when we need something new, we preserve their beauty and character, but we refurbish the interiors to bring them up to date. Everything old is new again.
We keep our British traditions alive, but we also welcome a whole world of new experiences.
You built. This stop, Oak Bay Beach Hotel.
Hop off here to experience their historic pub, or grab gourmet treats in the cafe, featuring the original hotel entrance, hand-hewn beams, and a fireplace.
Oak Bay Beach Hotel, this stop. Island's isolation and tranquility.
If you're looking for a haven of unspoiled natural beauty, take a ferry to the Gulf Islands. You'll find seemingly endless hiking trails and quite a few regional parks that protect the island's unique environment and ecology. They're the perfect place to slow down and enjoy what life has to offer, whether it's exploring shops, bird watching, or hunting crabs along the shore. When it comes to architecture, we're driving through an area where any and everything goes. Some of these homes were built by Victoria's original settlers. You'll also see New England clapboard cottages that would look right at home on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. Right next door, there might be a log cabin, a bungalow, or an ultra-modern duplex.
They say variety is the spice of life. If that's true, this is one of the spiciest neighborhoods in town.
This blend of architectural styles is a genuine portrait of our city's character. We revere our past and preserve as much of it as we can. At the same time, we make room for fresh new visions of the future. The sheltered and nutrient-filled waters around Vancouver Island support a rich array of marine life, from plankton to sea stars, crabs, and a vast assortment of saltwater fish. Those fish support marine mammals like sea otters, seals, and sea lions. Seabirds get in on the action too. Watch for osprey and cormorants diving for fish.
All that plankton attracts whales, making Victoria a premier spot for whale watching. In the spring, thousands of Pacific gray whales pass the west coast of Vancouver Island as they migrate north. You can also spot humpback and minke whales. 3 pods of black and white orcas, or killer whales, spend a good part of the year just south of the island in the Salish Sea, socializing and feeding on fish and smaller sea mammals.
Victoria has plenty of whale watching opportunities, from small open-air boats to big, comfortable covered vessels that serve tea and drinks. You're sure to find a whale watching tour to suit your taste. Check with one of our agents.
Let's take a trip back in time to when Vancouver Island was a pristine wilderness. The original human inhabitants were people of the First Nations, who probably included the ancestors of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Songhees Nation and the Esquimalt Nation. They lived in a land of plenty, with a temperate climate, calm waters, bountiful fish, good hunting, and abundant edible plants. The island's cedar trees provided raw materials for shelter and even clothing. With all these resources, British Columbia's coastal region was probably one of the most densely populated areas in North America. Later, when British Columbia became part of Canada, indigenous peoples still made up the majority of the population, but contact with European settlers shrank their numbers substantially over the decades to come.
More than 30 different First
See all the logs along the beach? Winter storms sometimes pound our coastline, uprooting trees and completely flooding coastal roads like this one.
When Pacific storms hit, we just stay inland until they blow over. Then we clear the roads and life goes on. Victoria actually enjoys the mildest weather anywhere in Canada. Having water on 3 sides of the city helps to moderate the climate. Our summers are sunny, with cool ocean breezes keeping the average high temperatures in the mid-20s. That's about 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Our winter temperatures rarely drop below freezing. It rains, but hardly ever snows. In fact, Victoria has more snow-free days per year than any major Canadian city.
British Columbia's first governor, Sir James Douglas of the Hudson's Bay Company, landed on the point of land ahead back in 1842. He found it covered in red clover and named it Clover Point. Today, this finger of land is a public park with superb views of the USA's Olympic Mountains to the south, along with Mount Baker and British Columbia's Soup Hills to the west.
The gusty ocean breezes attract kite flyers, windsurfers, and parasailing enthusiasts. At sunset, the magical view makes Clover Point one of Victoria's most romantic destinations, where you can snuggle and watch the twinkling lights on cruise ships sailing to and from Ogden Point. Imagine being a lighthouse keeper back in the old days. You had to live near the lighthouse, so you could light the beacons by hand at dusk and extinguish them at dawn. It was monotonous work and lonely, especially on isolated islands off the coast. But it saved lives in the treacherous waters around Vancouver Island.
Automated lighthouses have made the operations much simpler today, but sailors still rely on lighthouses to navigate safely. There are 2 historic lighthouses to our east on the Trial Islands and on Discovery Island, at the border between Canada and the United States. The Fiskard Lighthouse to our west dates back to 1860, making it the oldest lighthouse on the west coast, and it's still in operation today.
The wooden poles had started to decay in their outdoor setting. To preserve this vital link to First Nations heritage, the museum hired the Kwakwaka'wakw master carver Mungo Martin to create replicas of the originals. Martin sparked a new wave of interest in totem carving.
You'll find the original totem poles in the museum's First Peoples Gallery, along with a fascinating collection of artifacts and interactive exhibits that transport you through time and space to experience the history and culture of indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest coast.
This stop, the Fairmont Empress Hotel.
Hop off here to visit this famous landmark, wander through its gardens, or partake in a classic Victorian English afternoon tea.
The Fairmont Empress Hotel, this stop.
Gentlemen, good firm grip on the unicycle. We're almost ready. Let's take one quick moment to quickly put on my unicycle mounting costume. While I'm doing this, can I get you guys on the side here to walk up to the red rope and make that the front row of the show? Everybody come up to the red rope. Fantastic. And while I'm doing this, to make it more exciting, just imagine that what I'm doing is stripping in reverse. I said it the other day and one lady went, woo, put it on. Oh good, everybody didn't get offended and leave on that one. Alright, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, up, ho. Da-da-da. Oh, hey, where is it? What's going on? Hey, it must be in here somewhere. Da-da. Okay, well, this is why we keep stairs, but I prefer this one. There it is. I put it in the wrong pocket today. Okay. Gentlemen, good firm grip on the unicycle. We're almost ready. All right, gentlemen, this is it. Oh, hang on. Putting everything in the wrong place. All right, gentlemen, good firm. Good. All right. All right, gentlemen, good firm grip on the unicycle. Here we go. This is it. Away. All right. Hi. Are you taking a selfie of yourself in the audience, or are you taping me? You're taping me. Hello. Welcome to Toronto. Okay. Gentlemen, good firm grip on the unicycle. This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, every step I take is a sound you people make. When my foot hits the ground, everybody clap and make a sound. Begin with your hands high in the air. Everybody, hands in the air. I will point you out. And everybody. Sorry, wrong show. Away. Gentlemen, good firm grip on the unicycle. Gentlemen, hang on tight. We're ready. Gentlemen, my instructions are simple. Stay where you are. Oh, here, switch places, you two. Away. Fantastic switch. Okay, good. Okay, walk.